Have you ever felt stuck? Like that traditional 9 to 5 job is more of a trap than a career? Or maybe that your income just can't keep up with life. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. The way we work, the way we earn, it's all going through this massive change. And in this explainer, we are going to break down exactly how you can tap into this new digital economy. Let's dive in. And look, this story, it probably sounds really familiar. Let's talk about Sarah. At 24, she was doing everything she was supposed to do. She was working a corporate job, 40 hours a week, and for what? Just to barely scrape by. The future just looked like an endless loop of stress and commuting. But then she found out what was possible when you build something for yourself online, and that's when everything started to change for her. But let's be super clear, Sarah's story isn't some 1 in a million lottery win. It's not about getting lucky. It's about tapping into a very, very real shift in how the world works. The internet has basically leveled the playing field, right? It's opened up these incredible opportunities for pretty much anyone with a Wi-Fi connection and the drive to learn something new. So let's just take a second to talk about the scale of what we're looking at here. I mean, we are living in this wild time where the old barriers to starting your own thing, they've just crumbled. They're gone. The opportunity that's sitting in front of us right now is bigger than it has ever been in history. $6 trillion. Let that sink in for a second. That's how big the global e-commerce market is expected to be. This isn't some little niche thing anymore or a cute side hustle. This is a massive, foundational part of the global economy. So the big question is, why now? What makes this moment so unique? Well, it's pretty simple. All the pieces are finally in place. We've got these amazing intuitive AI tools that do all the technical heavy lifting for you. Getting paid from anywhere in the world? It's seamless. And platforms like YouTube or Substack, they're literally built to help you make money. The bottom line is, you don't need to be a coder or have a ton of cash to get in the game anymore. Okay, so to really grab this opportunity, we have to deal with a huge mental roadblock first. We've all been taught this idea our whole lives, right? That a real job means security, and trying to start your own thing is risky. But I want you to ask yourself, in 2026, is that actually still true? Think about it like this. A typical 9 to 5 job has what's called a single point of failure. It all hinges on one person, your boss. If you lose that one job for any reason, poof, 100% of your income is gone, just like that. But when you build multiple streams online, your risk is spread out. If you lose one client, yeah, it stings, but you've only lost a small piece of your total income. It kind of flips the whole script, doesn't it? So which one is actually riskier? Relying on one single company that could have layoffs tomorrow, or building a collection of income streams that you are in control of? The very definition of job security has been turned on its head. 5 to 7. That's not a random number. It's the average number of different income streams that self-made millionaires have. They get it. They understand that real financial safety doesn't come from one paycheck. It comes from diversification. Okay, so you're on board, you're ready to diversify, but where do you even begin? It can feel like you're staring at 1,000 different options, and it's totally overwhelming. So we're going to cut through all that noise. Let's break it down into 4 simple, proven paths you can literally start walking down today. Path number 1 is the most direct route to making your first dollar online, and it's all about selling the skills you already have. Seriously. Freelancing is just taking something you're good at, whether that's writing or graphic design or just being organized as a virtual assistant, and selling that skill to businesses. It's the fastest and lowest risk way to start earning. Now, path number 2 is about playing the long game. This is where you build an audience by putting out valuable stuff consistently, like YouTube videos, blog posts, or a newsletter. You build a community, a group of people who know you, like you, and trust you. And once you have that attention and trust, you can monetize it with ads, affiliate links, or by selling your own stuff. The potential to scale here is it's basically unlimited. Path 3 is where things get really cool. This is where you create a product, an asset that you can sell over and over and over again. Think about it, an ebook, a set of social media templates, an online course. You build it once, and it can work for you, selling 24/7 while you sleep. The profit margins are huge because there's no physical stuff to manage. And finally, we have the most modern path, using AI and technology as a lever, a force multiplier.
This could be anything from offering AI-powered services, like cranking out content for businesses at superhuman speed, to starting an AI automation agency where you help other companies use these tools, or even building those automated, quote-unquote, faceless YouTube channels. This is where you really use tech to scale yourself.
But look, just knowing the paths isn't going to cut it. The internet is basically a graveyard of half-finished blogs and abandoned projects. The one thing, the real key, that separates the people who succeed from those who fail, it isn't the business model they choose. It's the mindset they bring to the table. So let's just be real for a second. What is the number one reason that people try and fail to make money online? It's not a lack of good ideas. It's not because they aren't tech-savvy enough. It's something much, much more simple.
And there it is, the expectation of instant results. People give up because they don't see a life-changing paycheck by week 3. They've been sold this myth of overnight success, but the reality is that you are building a real business, and real businesses take time.
And this leads directly to what we call shiny object syndrome. And trust me, it's the fatal disease for beginners. You start a blog, but then you see a video about dropshipping, and that looks way easier. So a week later, you jump over to that. Then you hear about AI, so you jump again. This guarantees you will make zero progress because you never stick with one thing long enough for it to actually work. You have to commit. This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Motivation. That's what gets you to watch an explainer like this one. But discipline? That's what gets you to actually do the work tomorrow and the next day when the initial excitement has worn off. It's about choosing your long-term dream over short-term comfort. All right, you've got the map, you've got the mindset. Now it's time to actually get moving. Let's walk through a super clear step-by-step plan to get you from zero to launched in the next 30 days. First, and if you take away nothing else, please remember this. Pick one of those paths we talked about. Just one, and commit to it. Give it everything you've got for at least 90 days. Trying to do everything at once is a recipe for doing nothing at all. Focus is your superpower. So here's your 30-day roadmap. Week 1 is your foundation. You choose your stream, you build your online presence. Week 2 is all about marketing, creating content, reaching out to people. Week 3 is where you build momentum. You're posting daily, you're trying to get some social proof, and you're fine-tuning your offer. And then week 4, the focus shifts to income. Your entire goal is to land that first customer and get that first all-important testimonial. But listen, we have to be realistic. What happens if you get to day 30 and you haven't made a dime? You haven't failed. In fact, you're right on track. Most beginners make their first real money somewhere between day 45 and day 60. The only people who truly fail are the ones who quit on day 30, never knowing how close they were. You have to persist. So there you have it. That's the playbook. But none of this information means anything until you do something with it. The opportunity is real. The tools are there. The roadmap is right in front of your face. The only variable left is you. So what are you going to do?